Yes.
Okay.
Just after you hit streaming.
You're live.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. And I am back.
What's your name again?
It's been a 3-week hiatus, it seems. This is incredible. So
it's been an adventure for you.
I wish I could say it's been a long vacation, but that's not been the case.
Yeah.
And we don't have to go into great detail. I was in a lot of pain, and I'll be honest with you. I was in tears, and I'm not afraid to tell you that because I have never felt pain like that before in my life. And but you see, I'm here, I'm sitting upright, and that's more than half the battle right now.
I just want to clarify: the pain was not because you went on vacation with your wife.
No, not at all, not at all. But I simply wanted to drive through Alabama. I'd never seen Alabama. I've discovered that Alabama looks a lot like Georgia and Tennessee and Kentucky and Ohio. So
you now have a renewed hatred for the Crimson Tide for a different reason.
I won't go that far. No. But it was a neat trip. Just unfortunate that we had the physical situation that happened, and never thought I would get to spend 3 days at the beach. That would be me in a hotel room, seeing the beach from afar.
Yeah.
So maybe one day that'll be the way to go see it, but that's not what I wanted this time, for sure. All right, coming up in a moment, let's take a look at what's making news and all that kind of stuff. But first, the weather. We had some cloudy skies and some light rain in areas today.
We did, and this forecast has actually changed over the last 12 hours. They're now talking about the possibility of rain each day this week. Highs today and tomorrow in the low to mid-80s, looking at 90 for a high on Wednesday. But yes, according to our little forecast module here, there is a chance of rain each day this week, and it's not like we don't need it.
Yeah.
Except the folks at the Pike County Fair might not. Well, if you're a farmer down there, you need that rain too. So.
True, but if you're camping down there, you don't need that all running off the hill coming down to where the campground is there at Pike County Fairgrounds. Going to talk about the Pike County Fair in just a moment. Been watching Channel 4 a lot thanks to the Olympics, and been seeing Ben Gilbert's show over the weekend, the drought map. Have you seen any of that? Yeah. I mean, all of Pickaway County is in a major drought right there.
In Frankfort. So, not the rest of Ross County, just Frankfort.
Yeah, and I think he said that we're 4 to 6 inches below normal.
I believe it.
So, yeah, that's where that goes. All right, coming up, we'll look at what's happening with news. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you have an issue with the conditions in your home and you'd like it to be a little more comfortable, well, they can most likely take care of the circumstances. If you click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website at littermedia.com, it'll take you right to their website, which is accuratehvac.com. And they're big supporters of the Lancaster Festival, which is underway. So if you've not been to the Lancaster Festival yet, you got to get out there. Say, oh, did it wrap up?
It ended Saturday.
It ended. Yeah. Hopefully you saw plenty of action from Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Our financial lives have never been more complex, and some decisions just can't wait, which is why our K&B Mobility app gives you instant access to the financial tools you need wherever you are. Get a clear picture of all of your accounts, check your daily transactions, receive account alerts, and much more. So no matter where you are or what you are doing, you can make the best decisions for you and your financial goals. Download our Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway-Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway-Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. So I've spent a lot of time with these folks the last couple of weeks. Haynes Chiropractic, Physical Therapy, and Nutrition. They were formed 50 years ago, celebrating their 50th anniversary, and I will tell you, I could not get back home to Ohio quick enough to get to my friend, Dr. Brandon Haynes. Got me straightened up, upright, able to walk, and the pain is gone. So praise the Lord for that. But if you want to find out more about how they can help you, simply click on this anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com. It'll take you right to their website, which is hayneshealth.com. And I got to give props to Seaside Spine. If you're ever in the Fort Walton Beach area, Dr. Carlos Herrera did a great job getting me back to Ohio. And then once I got back to Ohio, Brandon took care of it from there. And thank you to their team as well. Ashley came up big in helping, and I don't know all the names of everybody there at Haynes now, but when they saw me come in, they were like, oh my gosh. And they started working on me, and I was in I don't know how many different rooms, but they finally got me to where I'm able to walk and back to work today. So if you want to find out more about Haynes, click on hayneshealth.com. All right, last night, it was all the fun stuff starting at the Pike County Fair, and we sent our special Cubby reporter. He's a little more than a Cubby reporter.
Yeah.
He's almost been with us for a year, so we can almost call him a true bona fide reporter. Aaron Glandon. You went down to the Pike County Fair.
I did, and they had their opening ceremonies. They had the Queen's Contest. They had the apple pie auction, lots of things.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance to talk to the new fair queen, Callie Farmer, and you can see this interview on our YouTube page.
I saw when they named the first attendant, you got a little emotional. Can you tell me what you were feeling in that moment?
There was so much adrenaline going on from getting ready at 1 o'clock and then waiting for my hair to get done and then being right there with my best friends that I've made throughout my 4-H career. My best friend is my first attendant as well. So it's pretty emotional when you're going against your best friend.
Are you guys in the same 4-H club?
No. We went to the same school since kindergarten up to 8th grade, and then I transferred. And then through 4-H and counseling at camps, we grew closer and closer and closer.
What club are you a part of?
I'm part of the Pike County Beagle Breeders.
And what does it mean to you to have this role?
It's a lot. It's a lot of standards you have to go by, but it's a really big honor to be the fair queen this year.
It looks like the big trailer they were collecting food in, too.
It was.
That was a big crown she was wearing.
Oh, yeah.
I'd have a hard time keeping my head up straight. Like the new baby you're bringing home that can't keep its head up, you know.
So what was it like last night?
It was good. I had a stromboli.
I knew it was going to end up in food, right? Stromboli.
Well, you can't go to the fair and not experience food, right?
There was a taco food truck that I wanted to get a quesadilla from, but it wasn't open at the time.
No, it sounds like you have to go back.
Yeah. For the
Very
bus,
cool.
the
You're
school
gonna
bus
break in.
derby. I need to go back.
Or else that taco truck's going to be in the bus demo derby.
Guys, you know where we've seen Callie Farmer before. She was on a special feature we did on Waverly Girls Wrestling. Now, she wrestles for Western High School, but she participates with Waverly in a lot of their practices and things of that sort because she's a lone wrestler at Western. But she goes there and gets her coaching from Mindy, who does a great job. She helps with both Waverly and Western. So congratulations to Callie Farmer. And little Pike County pride there.
Yeah, Aaron was afraid she was going to body slam him at one point there, so he begged off. Some of the other headlines involving Southern Ohio this past weekend. The Ohio Rail Commission has given approval for a grant that goes to Herr Foods Incorporated, their new facility they have in Jackson. We reported on that a couple of months back. The grant is for $110,000 that will involve putting in a rail line that will connect the factory or the facility there to rail lines that will then send the product out and about. Now, this is part of a $25 million investment that also includes an additional $6 million at its sister facility right here in Chillicothe, Ohio.
The Ohio Arts Council Board has approved $22.7 million in grants to support Ohio artists, nonprofits, arts and cultural organizations, students and educators, and public arts programming. $50,000 will be coming to the outdoor drama Tecumseh here in Chillicothe. Congratulations.
Jamie Herrmann has been named Executive Director of the Area Agency on Aging District 7, which covers most of southern and southeast Ohio. Herrmann will be joining the AAA 7 from Compass Community Health, where she's been serving as the Revenue and Risk Director there since 2017. She's also a graduate of Shawnee State University.
John Hemmings, Director of the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission, has retired. 33 years of service to Southern Ohio. Throughout his career, he worked hard to bring development dollars to Southern Ohio and to help establish or retain over 15,000 jobs over those years. Thank you for your service, John Hemmings, and enjoy retirement. Legendary Ricky Scaggs and the Kentucky Thunder are back to Sugarloaf Amphitheater. That's coming up this Sunday. And you can get your tickets now. Just go to tecumsehdrama.com and you'll find more details on how you can get your tickets to see my old buddy Ricky Scaggs.
Cousin of yours, isn't he?
No, we joke that we might be cousins because his family is from about 30 miles away from where my family's roots are. And so we might. Now, Ricky, Billy Ray Cyrus,
right.
We're cousins, but we just called each other cousins when we talked last, Ricky Scaggs and I.
You're like saying you're a brother from another mother. Yeah.
Precisely, yes.
While the Pike County Fair is going on this week, the Ross County Fair kicks off next week. And just to give you a little bit of a heads up, you can grab a ride to the Ross County Fair each weekday next week through the Chillicothe Transit Authority. Those rides will start on Monday, August the 5th and run through Friday the 9th. Now, the bus will depart from the transit hub in Chillicothe at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. each day. Of course, the return ride back to Chillicothe in that 2-hour in-between time.
And the Ohio State Fair continues, and part of the fair has been Alabama and its return to perform at the State Fair. But Josh Gentry, son of Teddy Gentry, visited the Kenworth Chillicothe plant. Josh's Kenworth T680 was manufactured at the plant, and he spent some time touring the plant, visiting with employees, and some of whom built his truck. And there you can see, I saw this truck showing up all over social media from my friends who work at Kenworth all last week, and that was neat when they brought the new Chillicothe Kenworth 50th anniversary wrapped truck and brought it next to us. That's a nice picture there.
Chillicothe Middle School on the Octangie Parkway will be the site for the August 13th Project School Tools. Free backpack stuffed with supplies will be handed out for students, and the event runs from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. that day. Again, that's coming up on August the 13th. Our road report, we're staying inside the city of Chillicothe today. Resurfacing work on U.S. Route 50 gets underway today, affecting Western Avenue, Main Street, South Bridge Street, and Eastern Avenue. At least one lane will be maintained throughout the work zone for the duration of the project. Work will occur daily for this construction from, now keep in mind these times, 8 p.m. through 6 a.m. So most of the work will be in the late evening and the overnight hours, and they think this will be going on until early fall.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Well, they're still working on the gas lines, especially at Mulberry and Main Street there. Yeah. It seems like they're never going to get that done. But I'm sure they will. But I saw them digging up more along Main Street there today. And I finally saw on South Bridge Street that they are marked a lot of areas they're going to carve out and everything. So that'll make our trip down Bridge Street smoother. You know, when I got the new car last year, I kept thinking, how much longer is every one of these bumps going to wear out my struts and everything else? Maybe that's what led to my. Can I go to the Matt Bruning? Can we go to ODOT and say that this was caused by? Yeah, I'm sure he would say no. I think maybe you ought to talk about
He would
Kentucky,
just say, slow
Tennessee,
down.
Alabama. Yeah,
Slow down, yeah.
hearing Matt Bruning say slow down.
It just came to me, yeah.
When I saw a picture that he posted on social media last week, they were at the state fair, and the state patrol were giving a presentation, and he, his coworker, and another patrolman were sitting like kids on the floor listening. And I thought, this is hilarious considering when he was 18 years old and how he always had this battle with the state patrol. But now they're kumbaya.
Yeah. I wonder if when he got married that Mrs. Bruning finally put the hammer down on him.
It might have
Slow down.
Might have been Mrs. Bruning's father.
That could be too.
All right, coming up in a moment, we talked about back to school. It's time for high school sports to start up for the fall season. Details on that and more coming up. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. 740-253-8389 is the number to call if you need a dumpster. You've got a project going on, and I wanted to get a dumpster for vacation so I could start doing some stuff. Now I can't lift anything. So I've had to hold off on my getting a dumpster. It may happen in August. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But if you want to beat me to the punch here, 740-253-8389. Tell them that Dan and Mike and that guy Aaron sent you. Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Time for sports, and we begin with turn your calendar. Here it is. High school sports.
Yeah. Golf, practices, and even competition can start today in the state of Ohio. Now, all of the other fall sports cannot begin official practices until Thursday, August the 1st. But yes, it's that time of year. 8 American Legion baseball teams, including Lancaster Post 11, will be competing in the Ohio State Legion Championships starting today, and that runs through, they said the 30th, so that would be tomorrow. So it's a 2-day event, but it is still double elimination.
Chillicothe Paints had a doubleheader yesterday with the Pistol Shrimp out in southern Illinois. The Paints won the completion of the suspended game 7-3, but they fell in the nightcap 9-8. If I'm not mistaken, they are back home tonight. And trying to remember who they play. It's on the tip of my brain, but I can't tell you what it is exactly. But I believe they're back home tonight, then back home again Wednesday, and then the playoffs begin on Thursday. As they host that divisional championship. Reds blew a late lead Sunday. This was not on TV anywhere, but I was able to watch it through Roku channel. And when I got to it, Reds were ahead 1-0. Ely De La Cruz was making his way around the bases to third. They couldn't bring him home. And then after a great start and game by Hunter Green, here come Cruz, and he kind of, not this Cruz, the other Cruz, let things loose.
Yeah.
And Lucas Sims came in and couldn't nail things down. And Tampa Bay, on 3 hits, managed to get 2 runs because the winning run got walked in.
Trade deadlines tomorrow.
I think they are 9 and 20 in 1-run games now.
Yeah.
That's the big turnaround from last year. But still, despite that, they will open up a homestand with the Chicago Cubs, the team they've been battling for last place in the NL Central. They're in a virtual tie right now, 10 games back of the Brewers, 5 games out of the wild card. And you're right, the trade deadline. I don't know that we're going to see anything happen.
Looks like Jonathan India is staying put.
Apparently so, because the Yankees were the only ones really interested in him, and then they signed a utility infielder, outfielder, and so I just don't see anything happening there. Frankie Montas has been talked about as a possibility of seeing you later.
He's really struggling.
Yeah, a lot of them are. But, man, Hunter Green is on. He's the Hunter Green we've been waiting to see.
Just not getting any support.
Yeah. Seems like Mario Soto went through that.
Oh, yeah.
Throughout his career. The Guardians, who are on the different spectrum right now, they're leading the AL Central. They beat the Phillies yesterday, 4-3. Guards are now 63-42. They're in Detroit today. They hold a 12-game lead on the Motor City Kitties in the NL Central.
But when they've gone head-to-head, Detroit has eaten their lunch this year.
Well, and Detroit did that. What was it, Cincinnati, and then they played Cleveland the next week, and they got her going there. And the Olympics continue.
Yeah,
that's our Olympic coverage.
That's our coverage
for you today.
There's so much of it on TBS, on NBC, Peacock.
You can't get away from it.
It's like
it's everywhere.
If you can't get your fill on Olympics, you're not watching, I guess.
Coming up in a moment, this state in history, the Litter Media Wayback Machine goes to
1958, the year before I was born.
Pre-Mike Smith.
Yes, sir.
Details coming up.
One of our great sponsors at Litter Media is Litter Quality Propane. You know, they have online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. Time now to look back.
I'm surprised you could do that.
Well, I've been to Haynes Healthcare.
He's been healed. This date in 1958, the U.S. Congress passes legislation establishing the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, better known
They ought to
as
call that something like NASA.
NASA, yeah, a civilian agency responsible for coordinating America's activities in space. And while they did have some tragedies, they had some tremendous triumphs, namely getting to the moon and back. NASA, born on this date in 1958.
We did when we went through Alabama, went by the space, what do you call it? The
camp? Or?
Space camp,
yeah.
Where the kids get to go to space camp. And one of my fellow parishioners at church, his kid has been to space camp the last 2 years. And I wanted to stop and see it, but I just couldn't do it physically.
Is that Huntsville?
Yeah, it's around Huntsville, Alabama. And there's a lot of things I didn't get to do just because I didn't want to get out of the car.
Right.
And part of that was the largest Buc-ee's truck stop in the world. I wanted to see that thing. And because one's coming to Ohio, I guess, out over in the Dayton area.
Yep.
And so I kept seeing all the signs for it, all the teasers and everything, but I saw it from a distance as we kept motoring towards Ohio. All right, that is a look at what's making news for you today. Of course, we're back at it again tomorrow with another edition right here. Had a special edition earlier today talking about the Sand in the Streets volleyball, which that event is coming up the 23rd and 24th of August, so it'll be here before you know it. And I think we have another special event coming up
tomorrow morning. 10 o'clock with the Ross County Health District. It's their mobile health clinic. That'll be on. You might have seen the mobile health van moving about. It's a brand new venture for them, so we'll be talking more about that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
And one of our sponsors, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, will be joining us on Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock to talk about Bryant, which is one of the brands they sell. So if you want to find out more, stick with us throughout this week. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter, X, Twitter. They're still calling it that, aren't they?
And here on YouTube.
And here on YouTube as well, live. For Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. Thank you for watching another edition of Litter Media